Did you know the DOJ is already coming after our Phoenix Police Department for stopping riots? Because they are trying to pressure them to say, if you defend those parents that are looking after their kids, then we're going to go after you some more. But I have a feeling that we are going to have crowds of thousands of people soon saying, not here, not in our state, get out, let's go, Brandon, come join us.
Thank you so much, Marissa. You guys, I know we are all fired up. We still have a lot of speakers, so I want to just ask if you're invited up to speak, if you're on the itinerary here, that we try to start limiting the commentary to just a couple of minutes. I hate to do it to you guys because everything that's being said here is so important. You guys know we got a late start, so I just ask that everybody's very respectful of all the speakers' time because we do have quite a few left to go. So on that note, next we have Brian Morris, Republican candidate for State Senate District 21. Warm welcome, please.
How y'all doing this evening? So I'm very honored to be up here in front of you. I'm actually a graduate of Sweetwater Elementary. I was the first class to go from kindergarten all the way through 6th grade when Sweetwater opened. So this kind of had a kind of movement in my heart when I was reached out to come to the event. I'm just a guy in the valley. I own a company called We Fix Ugly Fools, and then I bought these trucks about 2.5 years ago and quickly became known for all of the events that we were doing for the Trump rallies. We did the long caravans, the 96-mile caravans, the 56-mile caravans, and it all started just like this. The first caravan we did had like 21 cars in it, and I was for them. So, you know, we started that way, and it just kept getting better and better and better. And the thing that I learned about those experiences was that if we are not afraid to talk to our neighbors, if we are not afraid to invite people out to rallies like this, and to be vocal about what we are doing and what we need for our communities, the community will rise. And that is the key to everything that's moving forward. I'm running for an LD 21, which may be redistricted to LD 20, so that's kind of an unusual thing, but it may be ending up in your guys' districts. But the idea is that if we can bring the business community and people in the community that serve the community, I'm one of those people that serve the community, that we will be able to support a good governor. And we have the best gubernatorial candidate right here in Kari Lake, and I am proud to possibly be the Congress that supports our next governor. So I just want you guys to know that it's a lot in my heart. My parents were school teachers. My parents taught in the Glendale Union High School District for just under 30 years. So I come from a long line of educators. My stepmom was the president of the Phoenix Union High School Board all throughout the 90s. So I come from a background where education was like the most important thing to me, and I could never...
Thank you.
He's got something, the problem. But I can never imagine that I would attend a school that would try to segregate me from somebody else or force me to wear a mask, much less my parent who would send me to a school that would try to segregate me or force me to wear a mask. And I've had these conversations with my father and my stepmother, and they could not believe what was happening. They didn't even know, they didn't even hear about this. When I explained it to them, they said, you know what, we would have walked out as teachers back then. What other kind of gets me with our school system is in the 90s and the 80s, Arizona was in the top 2 or 3 in the entire United States for an education system. We are in the bottom 2 of the United States. How embarrassing is that? We're more worried about our schools, we're more worried about enforcing mandates and segregation than they are about improving the educational statistics of our schools. And that is the problem. Therein lies the problem right there. And you guys, all of you right here, all of the candidates are coming up, our next governor is the solution. Yeah. And I implore you to please get out, get vocal. You can just be one person, but as soon as you start getting more and more and more of those people and having more of those discussions, that starts to rise, and that's where the movement begins. The movement begins right now. And I want to hear it every day on your Facebook, on your Twitter, on your Instagram. You need to be the voice because somebody will hear you. And if it's only one person, it's one person more than we had yesterday. I'm Brian Morris. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Brian. That was excellent. And true words have never been spoken. All right, you guys, next up we have Christian Lamar, who is Republican candidate for State House District 20. Please give him a warm welcome.
Thank you. On January 27, 1838. Can you hear me?
Hold it closer.
All right. Can you hear me? All right. On January 27, 1838, Abraham Lincoln said in a speech, and I quote, "As to the patriots of 1776, to the support of the Declaration of Independence and to the support of the Constitution and laws, let every American pledge his life, his property, and his sacred honor. Let every man remember that to violate the law tramples on the blood of his father, and also that it would also tear apart the character of his own and his children's liberty." Abraham Lincoln also said, "Let every American woman breathe or let the breath of the laws be felt throughout the country." And also, Abraham Lincoln ended that quote in saying that not only was he highlighting the preaching from the pulpit, he was also highlighting there in that speech, ensuring that not only would it be taught in our schools and in our colleges, as well as in our spelling books and almanacs. It was one of the most prolific speeches. My name is Christian Lamar. I am running to be your state representative in Arizona House District 20. And I stand here before you today as a 1776 patriot. Also, I'm surrounded by 1776 patriots. And we had a victory yesterday. It was a victory for the First Amendment. It was a victory for the free exercise, as well as the right to peacefully assemble, the right to petition the government, and the right to seek redress for our grievances. And so, as we're coming from a place of victory, we're going to continue our fight. We're going to stop these masks, stop these vaccines, stop the quarantines, stop the testing. We are going to continue our fight. And I, as your advocate, not only for WESD, but also your advocate for our republic in Arizona House District 20. And so I'm going to continue to be your advocate. I'm going to continue to work with the parents and the students on public record requests at the Arizona Department of Education, as well as at the WESD in the governing board. I'm going to continue to assist the parents as I have been doing. And also, I will also make myself available to you so that anyone who is seeking to receive comfort or just with someone to talk to explain what's happening to your children in the schools that they go to. Because education is the key to economic opportunity. That's why I'm standing with you as the parents and the students. And so I look forward to serving you as your advocate and as your state representative. Please head to my website, christopher.arizona.com.